Greetings, Benjamin J. from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, a quick follow-up on that Lionel 8213 that Robin got me for Christmas. And like I said, she gave it to me early, and she handed me the box and said, you should probably open this because I don't think it works. And it didn't. Anyway, so I've swapped out the motor and repaired the sound of power tender, repaired 2 broken couplers, and I've added now a total of 12 cars to this consist. All original Lionel, of course. So I just want to do a follow-up video on this. This locomotive is running really, really well. As you see. So tomorrow I'll pull it back apart, finish it up, put the headlight in it. But as you see, it's running really, really well. So I swapped the motor. The original motor was trash. It was never going to run again. It was electronic and the circuit board was damaged, so there was no way to get it running. So I just swapped out a conventional motor, and it took about 2 hours to do it, something like that. But it worked. It's actually running really, really well, as you can see. So I just added some cars for a total of 12 on the consist, and this is running just splendidly. Let's take it up to 40% power. And as you notice, the faster it goes, the noise from the tender decreases due to centrifugal force, keeping the ball bearings from falling. All right, there's 50% power, pulling 12 cars. And you notice the tender's not making any noise at all now. So this locomotive is running just absolutely splendidly. Has plenty of power. It's a fairly heavy locomotive. And as you slow back down, the tender begins making noise again. So it was a lot of fun to work on this today. Always fun to bring an old locomotive back to life. Now I don't work on Lionel usually. I collect marks. Lionel, I get them when I can find them cheap. And in this case, Robin got that entire set for 20 bucks. And hadn't run in years, and it had been stored terribly, gotten wet, and that's what wiped out the circuit board. So anyway, like I said, I had a plastic locomotive and just scavenged the motor out of it. They were dimensionally identical. I just had to swap all the parts from the old motor onto this one. But it worked, and like I said, it took about 2 hours, something like that. So a good heavy die-cast locomotive with the complete original set. Like I said, I've added a total of 12 cars to it, and it's running just perfectly. It was a lot of fun getting this running, and the sound to power tender is working. And I don't know if I'm going to be adding a belt to it or not. This tape seems to work just fine, and it'll last virtually indefinitely. So we'll see. I actually have some vacuum cleaner belts that I could probably cut and glue onto that drum. That would solve the problem and virtually last forever. But for now, this is good enough. Like I said, tomorrow I'll pull this back apart, get the headlight installed in it, and it will be complete. But it's running really well. Like I said, I had a really good time today working on this. It took a couple hours. It wasn't particularly difficult. It was just time consuming. There was a lot of stuff to do. Pulling off the push rods, pulling the old motor out, putting the new motor in, installing everything, and then doing a couple of small modifications for that motor to fit this shell. But as you see, it's in there, it's running, and again, this was a lot of fun today. A great gift, early Christmas gift from Robin. And as you see, it's running just perfectly, pulling 12 cars. So tomorrow I'll get the headlight installed and it will be complete. But as you see, this actually runs really well. It looks nice. Complete original set, 20 bucks on eBay. And I just added some cars to it. So I'm happy with it. A lot of fun. I'll be running this for the next day or so just to put it through its paces. But I already know this motor, so I don't anticipate any problems. It runs great. It looks nice. Like I said, it's far from perfect, but it's an old original Lionel set, and it was really, really inexpensive. 20 bucks on eBay. Was a great Christmas gift, early Christmas gift. Like I said, it came in the mail today, and I had no idea what it was. She just handed me this box and said, I'm going to give this to you early because I don't think it works. And like I said, she was right. This old locomotive was just absolutely trash. It had been stored for decades, very likely in a damp garage. I don't think it was in a basement. Very likely in a damp garage. And that circuit board had gotten wet. And once you immerse a circuit board in water and don't do anything as far as drying it out and just let it set, it'll destroy it. And that's what happened. So that motor is never going to run again. And to repair it would cost a lot more than 20 bucks, no doubt. So in any case, like I said, I had a motor in a plastic locomotive and pulled the motor, did the motor swap, and this locomotive is running just absolutely splendidly. So just a quick follow-up video on the Lionel 8213, the original set, complete from eBay, 20 bucks, with the Sound of Power mechanical tender. So a lot of fun to play with this old stuff. Anyway, I just want to do a follow-up video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BWENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.